Well, apparently, it has come to all of us Mgtow's attention that little boy John here is afraid of Mgtow. He's scared of Mgtow. And we all can clearly see why. More importantly, as I stated before, John hates Mgtow, but once again, he's in another video still giving out Mgtow rhetoric. Yet he refused to see the error he refused to see the error of his ways. But then again, what did I said? Yet John wonders why he's struggling to get an audience on this subject. But more importantly, John asks a very important question. What is that question, you may ask? Why why the vast majority of men turn to Mgtow and not to dating coaches like him? Why the vast majority of men are turning to Mgtow and not paying for their teachings and seminars, in which that's what got John so bent out of shape. Well, John, allow me to explain why things are the way they are. And no, John, just because they're Mgtow doesn't mean they quit. Just because they Mgtow doesn't mean they gave up. There are Mgtows that still interact with women. There are Mgtows that still get laid. So I don't know where you got that idea that, oh, Mgtows, being a Mgtow means you automatically quit. No. And on top of that, there are levels to Mgtow. But as I told you before, little boy John, if you did your research, you will understand that completely. But back to your question. How come the vast majority of men are turning to Mgtow and not taking your seminars? I'll explain it. First off, your dating coaches need to be honest to your clients and students about your teachings. Because I'll go ahead and tell you this, little boy John. Some of these men who are Mgtow was once students or clients to dating coaches such as yourself. Basically, they wasted money on your pointless teachings that never worked for them. And yeah, there are worst case scenarios at that. I'll get down to that later. But the problem with your dating coaches is the fact that y'all think just because it worked for you and you give out this 646-day game, thinking that this will get you laid, that will equal success, right? Wrong. They could take your 646-day game and guess what? Still be unsuccessful. No matter how much they follow you word for word, teaching per teaching. There are men that did everything by the book and still didn't get the results he wanted. And I highly doubt John even knows this saying, even knows this term, snake oil dating coach. Now, what is a snake oil dating coach? Well, they're no different than a snake oil salesman. You know, for those of y'all who've been around way back when, what is a snake oil salesman? Some man goes around door to door selling useless and pointless items, claiming that this will make your life better. This will make this better for you, that better for you. But when the people tried it, what happened? No effect. It didn't work. This is the reason why snake oil salesmen were so despised, some even turned up missing way back when. All they doing is selling bogus trash. And I'm just being brutally honest. And for some of these dating coaches, they're no different. That's why we call them snake oil dating coaches. What they try to what they claim they teaching these men ain't gonna work. And to be honest, out of all the dating coaches, there's only one dating coach I do have respect for, and that would be the late Alan Roger Curry. May he rest in peace. You see, unlike all you other dating coaches, in which need to take a lesson from him, Alan Roger Curry was honest with his students and clients. One of which he said this, and I quote, "I'm going to be honest with y'all. My teachings and my seminars is not going to help all of you. And yes, I'm being honest. It's not going to help you at all. Now, what is Alan Roger Curry trying to say? What he's saying is, just because it's successful for me and probably a few others, that doesn't mean it's going to be 100% successful. Some of y'all will take my teachings and my seminars, follow it word for word, and guess what? You still won't get the results you wanted. This is the reason why Alan Roger Curry got so much success out here when he was alive, compared to y'all who are struggling to gain students and followers. You see, y'all got this idea that, if I give out these seminars and ways to get laid, and which of course, I got questions, because is your seminars only intended to get men laid rather than get men in a relationship, get men to walk down the aisle, get men to start families? Oh, it's only to pull women and get them laid. That's one of y'all flaws. But I digress. You see, y'all believe that, if I give out these seminars and all this type of stuff, then these men will be just like me. First off, that's wishful thinking. And second, just because it worked for you doesn't mean it's going to automatically work for everybody just because you throw that out there. This is what Alan Roger Curry was trying to relay to his students and clients. And as I stated before, little boy John, some of these men who are now Mgtow used to be clients, used to be students to you dating coaches. And when they found out it didn't work for them and it was straight pointless, guess what they did? They turned to Mgtow. Does that answer your question? I hope so, John. You see, you mad at Mgtows because they are turning to us instead of you dating coaches, but y'all don't even see your own goddamn flaws, in which I already laid out one already. You're only teaching men to get laid. You're not teaching men to start families. That's flaw number one. But here's your second flaw. Not only will your teachings will not work for some men, but as I said before, worst case scenario. One man bought all the seminars, bought all the teachings from many dating coaches, and he tried to move on his teachings. And what happened to him? what happened to them out there in the real world. He got hit with sexual assault and a harassment charge. Now, luckily, he was able to beat that sexual assault charge. Unfortunately, he was still guilty of harassment. And all he did was follow y'all goddamn teachings. Oh, but that's the flaw there. You dating coaches don't warn your students and clients. Hear me what I'm saying here, because this is one of the crucial details of why you have a problem with Mgtow. And yes, you're hearing it from a Mgtow. This is one of your flaws. You don't warn your students nor your clients about what will happen out there in the real world. You don't. You don't tell them that there's a risk that if they try to use your teachings on the wrong female, they could end up getting caught up. And just because you have good game doesn't mean you're not saved. You're not going to be immune to any woman who don't like you that much that she will go right back around and try to get you in trouble with the law. And all I can say to that dude who took y'all teachings and ended up getting in trouble with the law, only thing I could wish him is the best of luck. And I hope his punishment is not severe. But you dating coaches don't warn people buying your seminars that shit. That's what makes y'all shady. And another thing to keep in mind, and yeah, this is going to hurt. Yes, this is definitely going to hurt. The vast majority of these women, they know about you dating coaches. They know about your game. They know about your teachings and seminars. In fact, some of them go out their way to buy your teachings and seminars just to peep the game, just to see how y'all operate and find ways to counter. Oh, bet you never thought of that, didn't you, John? You didn't you? In fact, dating coaches such as you are treated no different than the Mgtows when it comes to these females. But you sit back and you wonder, but John, you sit back and you wonder how come the vast majority listens to Mgtow and not dating coaches, and you're sitting in front of your camera with a very low audience wondering, sitting there saying why Mgtow's a problem. No, John. Mgtow is a problem for you. I wonder why Mgtow is such a big problem for you. Could it be, and I'm just guessing here, could it be that they're not paying for your seminars? They don't give a damn about your 640-day game. They get laid and pulled. They don't care about the testimonials or none of that shit. I'm just throwing it out there. But as I told you, John, you need to do research here before you gain your feelings over the fact that Mgtow has such relevance. And that's all I'm going to say for this matter. I'm done, and I'm out this bitch. Later.